Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Kepken and today we're gonna look at our best Windwalker Monk talent tree builds from Dragonflight pre-patch. It's still 2nd of November, which means that we still in pre-patch and it's gonna be pretty long until it ends. We still have our legendaries, covenant abilities, and we don't have enough talent points, which means that all these talent tree builds are gonna change when Dragonflight expansion comes. So if you want to check all those updated builds as well, subscribe to the channel because there's gonna be plenty of content on my channel. So yeah, thanks for Wowhead for the information that they're providing. I'm gonna have all the links to the Wowhead articles, and builds that are mentioned in the article itself in the pinned comment below the video. About the author, this guide is written and maintained by Babylonius, former moderator on MMO Champion, current owner and administrator of the Peak of Serenity Monk class Discord, founder and Windwalker author on the Monk class site peakofserenity.com, and those that came before it: Guildmaster and midweek raider in Occasional Excellence on US Area 52, Windwalker main since early Mists of Pandaria, guide writer, theory crafter, teacher for almost that whole time. So yeah, that's your author. Thanks for them, thanks to Wowhead. Let's go for the builds themselves. So Windwalker Monk Raid talent build. This build is your bread and butter raid build. So do we have any explanations? Also some explanations there as well. You can look at the key talent point in here to see which one of them are more optional, which one more needed. What's up with our general talent points? So we're taking Soothing Mists, which is healing channeling ability. We're 100% can't evade taking Rising Sun Kick, which is one of our main abilities. Tiger Lust, your increases friendly targets movement speed, removes all roots and snares. Improved roll grants additional charge on off roll and key torpedo, which furthermore increases your mobility. Expel harms, healing increased by 5% and critical strike chance increased by 15%. Reduces all damage taken just passively. Your survivability increases. Disable reduces target's movement speed by 50%. Duration refreshed by your melee attack. So yeah, that's your single target speed, slow. Then we're taking Paralysis, incapacitates the target for 1 minute if you need to deal with some adds. Then we're going for Vivacious Vivification. Every 10 seconds your next Vivify becomes instant. Ferocity of Zuen increases all damage dealt, which is very good, just like passive stuff. Probably let's go and finish up this part, then we'll go for center and then for this side of the tree. So we're taking here Key Wave. A wave of key energy flows through friends and foes, dealing damage and healing allies. Bounces up to 7 times to targets within 25 yards. Diffuse magic reduces magic damage you take by 60% for 6 seconds and transfers all currently active harmful magic effects on you back to the original caster if possible. And escape from reality. After you use Transcendence Transfer, you can use Transcendence Transfer again within 10 seconds, ignoring its cooldown. During this time, if you cast Vivify on yourself, its healing is increased and 50% of it is refunded. Then we're taking here, here we have our Transcendence itself. Split your body and spirit, leaving your spirit behind for 15 minutes. Use Transcender Transfer to swap locations with your spirit. Mobility, 10 seconds cooldown. Ring of Peace, forming a Ring of Peace at the target location. Enemies that enter will be ejected from the ring. Can be very, very useful in order to block access of enemies to some points of a battle of of location. Eye of the Tiger Palm also applies Eye of the Tiger, dealing nature damage to the enemy and healing to the monk over 8 seconds, limit 1 target. Then we're going for our right part of the talent tree. We saw Disable, we saw Incapacitation, all damage dealt. So yeah, Fast Feet is a Rising Sun Kick deals 70% increased damage, Spinning Crane Kick deals 10% increased damage. So yeah, 70% increase is just massive. Then we're going for Fortifying Brew, turns your skin to stone for 15 seconds, 6 minutes cooldown. Expeditious Fortification, Fortification Brew cooldown reduced by 2 minutes, which means its cooldown is 4 minutes instead. Strength of Spirit, Expel Harms, healing is increased by up to 200% based on your maximum health. Improved Death Touch, Touch of Death can now be used on targets with less than 15% health remaining, dealing 35% of your maximum health and damage. Fatal Touch, Touch of Death cooldown reduced by 90 seconds, and Resonant Fists. Your attacks have a chance to resonate, dealing nature damage to enemies within 8 yards, so just like additional procs on your attacks of like some minor damage. Okay, then let's go and look at our specialization talent tree. So Fists of Fury, that's like a channeling ability, one of our main ones. Touch of Karma absorbs all damage taken, one of our like defensive cooldowns, one of our main defensive cooldowns. Widening Whirl, Spinning Crane, kick radius increased. Mark of the Crane, Spinning Crane kicks damage increased for each unique enemy that you've struck with. Yeah, so that's like just a damage increase. Shadow Box in Threads, Blackout Kick, damage increased by 20% and strikes additional to targets. Ooh, pretty like there is some emphasis on you dealing AoE damage as well in raid conditions. Dance of Kiji, or like or Chiji, but I don't know. Yeah, Spending Key has a chance to make your next Spinning Crane kick free and deal additional 200% damage, which is probably why we're taking all these like things in here. Then we're taking Ascension, increases your maximum ki by 1, maximum energy by 20, and your energy regeneration by 10%, which is just massive for your resource regeneration. Power Strikes, every 15 seconds your next Tiger Palm will generate 1 additional ki and deal additional damage, so more single target procs. Fists of Fury damage increased by 20%. Fists of Fury damage increased even more. When Fists of Fury deal damage, it has chance to refund 1 ki. Then we're going for Glory of the Dawn. Rising Sun Kick has a 25% chance to trigger a second time, dealing attack power, physical damage, and restoring ki. Strike of the Wind Lord, strike with both fists at all enemies in front of you, damaging and reducing movement speed. 40 seconds cooldown. So yeah, again, like AoE cooldowns, like, so you can deal like pretty good hybrid, I guess, AoE cleave damage as well with this build. And hit combo. Each successive attack that triggers combo strikes in a row grants 1% increased damage, stacking up to 6 times. Here we have Flying Serpent Kicks, soar forward through the air at high speed for 1.5 seconds. If used again while active, you will land, dealing attack power damage to all enemies within 8 yards and reducing movement speed. Meridian Strikes, when you combo strike, the cooldown of Touch of Death is reduced by 0.35 seconds. Touch of Death deals additional damage. Storm, Earth, and Fire. Yeah, you're splitting into 3 elemental spirits. That's like something that we've had before. Drinking Horn cover, the duration of your buff is extended for every each ki you spend. Spiritual Focus, every 2 ki you spend, the cooldown of Storm, Earth, and Fire. So with your ki spenders, you increase the duration and reduce the cooldown. Then we're taking Invoke Zui and the White Tiger, which is one of our like damaging cooldowns. Tiger Palm causes your next Blackout Kick to strike an additional time. Blackout Kick has 15% chance to reset the remaining cooldown of Rising Sun Kick. Then Fury of the Yuan, your combo strikes grant stacking 1% chance for your next Fist of Fury to grant 8% haste and invoke Zuyen the White Tiger for 8 seconds, so like additional procs of damage and damaging cooldown. Zuyen's Battle Gear, Rising Sun Kick, critical strikes reduce the cooldown of Fist of Fury. When Fist of Fury ends, the critical strike chance of Rising Sun Kick is increased. So yeah, more like intricacies and interdependables in there. Empowered Tiger, so this one we saw. Empowered Tiger Lightning, Zoan strikes your enemies with Empowered Tiger Lightning for every 4 seconds, dealing 10% of the damage you have dealt to those targets in the last 4 seconds. And Whirling Dragon Punch performs a devastating whirling upward strike, damage to all nearby enemies, only usable while both Fists of Fury and Rising Sun Kick are on cooldown. So yeah, as you can see, there's still quite a bit of AoE skills as well in here, and that's very cool to see. Now let's look at how it's gonna all change from raiding to Mythic Plus. So yeah, I guess we're taking Key Burst instead of Key Wave. We're not taking Improved Roll, which, yeah, because we probably don't need as much mobility. We're not taking Vivacious Vivification that makes your Vivify instant every 10 seconds. We're taking instead a Grace of the Crane, increases all healing taken by 8%. Then in center part of the tree, we're going for Detox as well, removes all poison and disease effects from the target. Paralysis is still here. Disable, we're not taking this slow ability. We're not taking Fortifying Brew and increased Fortifying Brew as well, so like no cooldowns like that. And we're not taking Strength of Spirit. What we're taking instead are Spear Hand Strike, jabs the target to the throat, interrupting, so we're taking Interrupt. Celerity reduces cooldown of roll and increases the maximum number of charges. Oh, so we're still taking like second charge of roll and reducing the cooldown. It's not just like we're not really taking Key Torpedo second charge. We're still going for all the Touch of Death and Resonant Fist stuff. Generous Pour is what we're taking. You and your allies within 10 yards have 2% increased avoidance. Yeah, that wasn't taken before. Then Rising Sun Kick increase. We're taking Dampen Harm, reduces all damage you take by 20 to 50% with larger attacks being reduced more. So this defensive cooldown is on our list. Then we're still taking Ring of Peace, Diffuse Magic, Eye of the Tiger, and we're not taking Escape from Reality at all. And that's mostly it. That's mostly all your changes with general talent tree. Now with specialization. So still everything that comes to the left part with Spinning Crane Kick. And yeah. So yeah, like this part looks the same. Central part is quite similar, but we're ending with Skyreach. Tiger Palm now has a 10-yard range and dashes to your target when used. Tiger Palm also applies an effect which increases your critical strike chance by 50%. For 6 seconds on the target, this effect cannot be applied more than once every 1 minute per target. So that's like where our talent tree in the center finishes. Then a bit to the right. So we're not taking Meridian Strikes and Spiritual Focus, and we're probably using one of these talent points in order to take Skyreach. We're still going for Whirling Dragon Punch. And the second talent from this one goes to Thunder Fist. Strike of the Windlord grants you a stack of Thunder Fist for each enemy struck. Thunder Fist discharges upon melee strikes, dealing 350% of attack power nature damage. And everything else is the same. So yeah, these two talents are traded for Skyreach and Thunder Fist. That's all the changes in this. So yeah, as you can see, there's definitely not as much trade of your single target damage for additional AoE damage as with some other classes. So that was your Windwalker monk talent builds. Thanks for watching, hope you're having a blast playing. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, because it will definitely come. Have a good day and goodbye.